Hey, what do you got?
Nathan, I was just reading your title. It says God is imaginary. Go vegan. Evolution is a fact, and humans cause climate change. I do agree with that part right there about the humans causing climate change. The only thing I don't agree with is God is imaginary. Can I just ask you a question? Because I just got here. Why do you feel like God is imaginary? Is it because you've never seen him before, or what is it?
There's no evidence.
Okay, I got you. Um, so so pretty much so of a hey, I gotta see it to believe it kind of guy, you know. I mean, look, I can't make God appear in front of you right now and tell you, hey, Mike, I'm right here. I can't do that
Okay, great.
because
So,
all religion
how do
really
you
is
look, look, look,
is a
look, look?
belief.
How do you know? How do you know God exists? How do you know this?
Because I believe He exists. That's why, Mike.
Right, but belief doesn't mean you know, right? I can believe in unicorns doesn't mean they're real. So, how do you know that God exists and it's not just your imagination?
Um, so I do know that what I believe in is true, not because I've seen it, but because of pretty much what I believe. I'll give you a prime example, Mike. There's a saying that goes, you can't see oxygen, but you believe you can breathe. For the longest, Mike, we knew black holes existed
Yeah, because we have reasons to believe.
in
There's evidence.
2022 they
Look, there's
discovered it.
evidence. Look, there's evidence of black holes. There's evidence of air. We can put air into a cup or a container, measure its mass, measure its pressure. We can measure those things you mentioned. You can't measure a God. God is immeasurable. It doesn't exist.
Well, honestly, Mike, I don't think our minds are mechanically integrated to try to measure God. I just think, honestly, Mike, I just think that it's beyond our,
Well, then
just
why
pretty
do
much
you
what
look, why do you believe in this thing if you can't measure it, you can't understand it, it's just a belief? That seems dishonest to me.
mhm. So the reason why I believe in it, Mike, is because of the free will, miracles. I do believe that we come from somewhere, and I know on
Look,
your thing
look,
it says
look, free
evolution is a
will.
fact.
Look, okay, free will. We don't have free will. We don't need to have free will. Miracles. What miracles? Give me evidence of a miracle.
I can give you a real good one. For example, like my coworker's wife had stage 4 colon cancer. And I do believe from the grace of God that with the prayers and everything like that, Mike, I believe that that's the reason why she overcame it. Because honestly, Mike, I'm pretty sure you've heard
Look,
this
sir. Look, I
before
know you
too.
believe. Look, I understand you believe in God and you're so hyped up about God. But unfortunately, you have not presented a single piece of evidence today that this thing exists. I understand that people have their cancers healed, but you know the body can heal itself, right? You know that medicine works. So why do you automatically assume God? Give me evidence or go away.
So the reason.
Hey, what do you got? Hello? Hello? Keep tapping, guys. Keep tapping. Let's get some more people in here to get more debates.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, what do you got?
So why do you think God is imaginary?
No evidence. You have any?
Okay, okay, okay. The evidence we could go by the Gospels. We could go Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. They say that whatever they wrote, the way he taught, the way he uh the way he rose from the dead, and also I think it was in John. In
Okay,
John, they
look,
said
look,
that.
look. I don't give a shit about a gospel. I don't care about a fucking storybook for kids. I
Mm-hmm.
want evidence of God. I don't care what a story says. Show me that he resurrected. Show me this stuff with evidence, not a story. Evidence.
Okay, but that's kind of that sounds crazy. If we had some type of evidence, how would we get that type of evidence if we know that didn't have Polaroid back then? So you saying that you don't believe it
So
if it
why do
wasn't
you
a Polaroid?
believe? Look, why do you believe in something when there's no reason to believe it?
I don't think 500 people would just be unalive just based off that belief and what they say that they had claimed
Look,
they seen.
you're not even giving us a valid argument. You're just saying just because people die for something doesn't mean it's true. That's a non sequitur, it seems to me. But more importantly, 500 people did not die for Jesus. That's nonsense.
Okay,
500
so
people may have been claimed to see Jesus, but they didn't necessarily die for him.
of course, they didn't die for him. They was following his teachings and was upholding his teachings. And the other people that were sinners, they didn't like his. Oh, my bad. My low battery thing came on. But they didn't follow the word of Christ. So of course they got evil people in the world. So the people that was rejecting them, they was rejecting them.
Sir, you seem to be yapping today.
No,
I'm
that's not
looking
that's
for
not yapping.
actual evidence that God exists. I frankly don't give a shit about your story. I want evidence. If you don't have it, just go away.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna ask you this question. So who defines what is right and what is wrong?
People, based on the consequences to our actions.
Okay, you don't think that's scary?
No, I think it's reality. It needs
Okay,
to be.
so you telling me okay, they got people that think that their morals are more correct than yours. So
Yeah,
does that
that's the
so there's
reality we live in, right? Just there are people who disagree with your God. Your God flooded the world according to your book. Don't you
yeah,
disagree with that?
you don't think people deserve to get punished?
Well, you think babies that died in the flood deserve to die?
Um but well, me personally I can't question that because I don't know the real reason why.
Oh,
But
so
there
you come up to my live and you pretend to have an objective authority, but then when I question a little bit your ethical framework, it collapses on itself, right?
no
This is
that's
the
that
problem. This is the problem with your belief system. Your ethics is inconsistent. It's not
hmm.
substantiated. You have a story that says here's commands, you better follow them. That's not ethics. That's commands.
Okay, so I'm guessing that you read the Bible.
Yeah, that's
You
why
read
I'm
the
an
okay,
atheist.
so okay, I'm gonna ask you this question. The way he taught throughout the whole book, you disagree with every way he taught? Yes or no?
Look, I don't care
Just answer.
about some guy named Jesus. I just don't care. I want evidence of God. If you don't
So,
got it, then I'm just gonna kick you.
but it does, bro. You saying that you want evidence, and like you know for a fact if this is an internal being, how are you going to get evidence for something that happened years ago? That
That's
sounds like.
your problem. That's your problem, not mine. You believe this shit, not me.
Of course, but you just saying that the human mind there's nothing prior to the human mind. You don't think that's being scary. So if I say that grape is okay, mom, like you said, there's no God, so everything is relative. So that means that if I think it's okay, then you can't tell me that it's wrong, no matter
It's
what way you
like,
see it.
sure I
That
can.
sounds
I
stupid.
can tell you, look, if you think that grape is okay, I can say you're wrong. That's wrong to me. I can say
But
that.
you can't. You got no room to say that. You have no room to say that. My morals
Why
good,
not? Why
cause
can't I
my
say that?
cause I think my morals are good. There's no God,
Yeah, and I think you're wrong. Okay, now what?
so you don't see the problem in there. I'm pretty sure you don't.
Where's the problem?
You don't. Oh my Jesus. Man, look, I don't know. I know you just going through your little time, bro. You just don't want to believe in God, and that's okay. But like I said, I'm gonna pray for you.
Yeah, I didn't come to get yaptured. I want evidence of God. I don't want to get yaptured today. Hey, what do you got? What do you got?
All right, so the vegan thing, of course. So how many animals are slaughtered per year? You say,
I
based
don't
off
slaughter
your?
any animals per year.
I'm talking about that's why you're vegan, is if I'm not mistaken. You said because a whole bunch of animals are slaughtered every year. How many?
90. So you guys slaughter 90 billion animals per year.
90 billion. Okay, so say everyone did go vegan. What are we going to do with those 90 billion animals?
Well, first of all, that would never happen. But more importantly, if it did, we would put them in sanctuaries. We would turn factories into sanctuaries.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. And then when you come to vegan, I know you're against free will, so like I have to eat meat then because it's not my choice. This is just free will.
Yeah,
You
but the
got what? We
problem
don't
is
have free will.
you could be influenced by people like me to change. That's how determinism works.
That'd be a choice, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, choices can be determined.
Interesting. All right, and then on the God thing, when you say, uh, "What's your issue with him?" Because I know you said an all powerful being, blah blah, all knowing. The Bible never says that anywhere. He's all powerful, all knowing. Like he even loses a war. Like I think it's like
Mhm.
First Kings.
Okay, well then your God's pathetic, and it's not worth
That's a pathetic.
worshiping.
Like we do a definition. Like my definition of guys is someone that may have a supreme power or
Great.
supreme
So look, how do
ability to
you look?
create.
What is your God, and how do you know it exists? That's all we care about today.
I believe not everything is random. I don't believe that it could be, but at the same time, I believe that there is an intelligent design behind it.
Prove it. Show us intelligent design.
It could just be nature itself. As an ecosystems, it could be a whole flurry of things. I don't think it's just randomly
Look,
occurred.
look, look. We could be living in a universe where there are
Mhm.
things that happen naturally, right? Clouds, rain, the rain comes down, the volcanoes erupt, rivers flow. These don't seem to be regulated by somebody. They seem to be regulated by some natural process, right? So, how do you know that there is anything in this universe that was designed by some higher being when everything we can observe is seemingly natural?
I guess that just comes. I mean, I can't prove it. I guess you can say, like you asked. But at the same turn, once again, I feel like, well, I hate when I say feel. That's stupid. But at the same time, I do believe that someone is or something, some force that may be outside our universe, did
Give me
create
evidence.
this
Look,
and
look,
design.
look. Give me evidence or go away. Like at this point, I just care about evidence.
That's a all right, dude.
At the end of the day, all that matters is data, right? That's all that really matters.
Okay, here's some data for you. You said that God flooded the world. You know, there's archaeological proof that Noah's Ark exists right in Mount Ararat. So what are you talking about? There's archaeological
Great.
proof that God exists,
Where's your study on that?
bro. It's called, I don't know. This guy's you're unpenetrable. There's nothing that's gonna get through to you.
Oh, you said you
I
had
just
data.
told
Where
you.
is it? You said there's data. Where's the data?
You have internet access. Obviously, you can Google it.
Yeah,
You can
just give me a
research it
study.
yourself. Use your internet, the
Give
one
me
that you
one
pay
source. Give
every
me one
month
source.
for. What source? It's archaeological proof. All you got to do
That's
is
not a
Google it.
source, right?
Noah's
Like
Ark. They found it.
when I ask for a
They did
source, I'm
data
asking
carboning.
for like a
They did
study
data
or
carboning on the actual wood, just like they do on every single piece of tree.
yeah,
So
but how
what
do
are
you
you
know
talking
that
about?
wood is an arc and
You're a
not just a
vegan.
piece of wood?
Mazal tov to you. So we're gonna be vegan when the Mashiach comes.
Look,
Right now, we're allowed to eat meat.
look, sir, look, you're being very dishonest.
How am I being dishonest? I'm giving you proofs.
I'm asking for a study
How
that
do you think you're
demonstrates.
alive? There's a soul inside of you. You're
Hold
breathing
on.
because of that soul.
Let me
Once
address
that soul
these.
gets pulled out of you, you're not going to be alive.
Let me address your
Or do you
concerns
not
one at a
believe in
time.
people dying?
You keep jumping. I can't
Okay, I'm
address them all.
listening to you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, great. In order for me to accept there is a Noah's Ark, I need evidence for that in the form of some kind of peer-reviewed study or research.
Bro,
That's evidence.
I just told you, Google it. It's as simple as that.
Google
Just like
what?
you would Google anything.
Google's not a source, right? Google's a
Google
site.
is an
I'm
internet.
asking for a source.
Google's an internet search engine. You use whatever you need to use.
Yeah, I can search a
You
flat
want to
Earth.
open an
I
encyclopedia?
can
You have
search
an
up anything,
encyclopedia in your
right?
house?
Look, I want to study. I want data.
How am I going to present data to you right now over this app?
Well, maybe go on
It's
your
your
phone.
it's your due diligence.
Go look
Listen,
up the
you're
study.
saying, wait, one second. Imagine.
Look, it's not my fault that you came unprepared, right? Your job is to give me evidence of
Come
God. That's your
unprepared.
job.
You're just being foolish and naive. You're just sitting.
Sir, you believe in talking donkeys and talking snakes and a big fucking boat with all the dinosaurs on it, okay? I wouldn't call somebody naive if you haven't even given any data yet to support your beliefs. We want evidence, we want data, we want facts. We don't want dumb beliefs. I'm sorry. We just don't want those dumb beliefs.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay. Why should I go vegan?
Sure. Do you want to harm animals that don't have to be harmed?
Well, I mean, with the amount of training I do need my protein.
Okay. You can get protein from plants: tofu, tempeh, beans, pastas, rices.
Is whey protein vegan?
No, but there's all kinds of pea proteins and plant proteins that are just as
Yeah, but
sufficient.
I mean, I live in Estonia. It's a bit I don't know if it's different in the US, but my neighbor grows his own eggs and he sells them to us. So is that a practice that you would be against?
Yeah, I think eggs are wrong because you're exploiting the animal that had to lay it. You're forcing it to lay eggs for you, and you're using it. You're viewing it as your property. I think that's wrong inherently. But your point was that we can't get protein as a vegan. You can get protein. There are
Yeah,
vegan
of course. Yeah, you can.
bodybuilders.
Yeah, no,
So
no. No, no, no. Yeah, you can get
so
protein
what?
from
Why?
other sources.
So what justifies harming animals when it's not needed?
Well, I mean, what I can tell you is that humans have been at the top of the food chain forever. We've always been carnivores, and that's just the way it is.
Well, we can change the way it is, right? That's the point. We can change. We can do better, and that's what
Yeah.
veganism means: is about making better choices that take an account for other beings, sentient beings like cows and pigs and chickens who don't have to be exploited. That's why we want to stop those actions.
Yeah, of course, I get your point, but getting people to go vegan overnight is not going to be easy, is it?
I'm not doing that. All I'm trying to do is raise awareness, and you're not giving an argument against it. You're just saying, "Well, I don't want to do it." Right? I know that, but
Well, I mean,
what
if you
justifies
want an
harming
argument,
animals?
yeah, of course, if you want an argument, I mean, what can I give you? About if it's, you said that you can't keep homegrown chickens, and that is because you view them as property, but isn't any animal, I mean, pets, don't you view, isn't it the same thing?
No, pets. Well, first, I think rescuing a pet is good. I think that if there is a pet who's dying and needs a home, they should rescue that pet if you can. But I'm against breeding pets into existence because that causes more of them to be stray and be euthanized. And they
I
don't need
mean,
to be.
yeah, no, but I mean, my neighbors, I mean, chickens, they run free, they have a very good life. That's all I can tell you. We eat the
Okay, it
eggs, we
doesn't
keep
matter
the
how good
shells.
you look. It doesn't matter how good you raise the chicken. The point is, you're still viewing it as your property, just like a person. I don't care how well I treat somebody. If I'm using your body to make eggs from your body or take somebody's breast milk, that's still wrong to me, right? People are not property, just like animals are not property. They want to be free and happy. They don't want to be exploited.
All right, well, yeah, I get your point. I get where you're coming from, but, you know, if everyone was vegan, then yeah, there would be any need to, how do you say,
Look, do you
breed.
have an argument for us today? Or you're gonna ramble.
No, I don't have an. Well, I just gave you an argument. It's because protein people can't turn vegan overnight, and my English
Those
is
are not arguments. Those are complaints, right?
all
I
right.
look. The point is, it's you should be vegan, ethically speaking. Do you agree?
Not exactly, no,
Okay, great. Why should we not be vegan?
because it's been. I mean, how do I say it? I mean, humans have been eating meat for centuries. So why should that
We've also
change?
had slaves for centuries. Should we continue slavery because we did it for a long time in the past?
You make a good point. You make a good point. Well, I don't have an argument. I'll look into it.
Good. Yeah. At least, hey, I could. That's great for being honest. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, be honest and keep looking and keep learning. Keep tapping, guys, and please subscribe to the YouTube for all my content, all my lives, all my videos there. Hello? Meet is here.
On your channel. Don't really have an argument, but I do have a serious question because You're probably one of the most honest people I've heard on here. So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Okay, being a vegan, at what point is abortion bad? When the child
Abortion is nothing,
consents it?
is completely irrelevant to veganism. Abortion's a legality issue. Veganism is an ethics issue.
So then eating eggs are okay because they're not formed yet.
No, it's because that egg came
Well,
from a
okay,
hen who
so
had to produce that egg for you, right? Just like a human
okay.
being has to produces breast milk. Should we steal somebody's breast milk from them because they're going to do it anyway? I think that's a little weird. I think that it's wrong to treat somebody or their breast milk as property, or we see them as objects we get to exploit and take away from. The point is that animals and humans are very similar, morally speaking. That's why we treat animals with respect, just like we do with
Oh,
humans.
I agree with you, but I'm saying at some point the child that's going to be born can feel, correct?
I understand, sir, and we can debate about abortion another time. And I agree with you. There are moral implications about abortion. I agree, but
Well,
abortion's a legality issue. It's about bodily autonomy. Veganism is about ethics, animal rights. They're very different issues. But the point is that this is not a gotcha. You don't actually have an argument for us today.
no, I did,
Veganism is
and I
still a
didn't say
valid
I
thing,
did. I was actually asking for your honest opinion, and thank you for
and I
that.
gave it.
And
Thank
I'd
you.
like to talk to you more at some other time. Is that
Thank you. Yes.
talk to you more at some other time? Is that
Hey, what do you got?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. I was listening on one of your lives the other day. You were talking about veganism and how you said something along the lines of, you're not actually tasting the meat, you're just tasting the seasonings and spices. I just wanted to point that out as being maybe a little bit of a ridiculous statement.
Why? I mean, raw meat doesn't taste like anything. It's just raw meat. It's just bland.
I mean, that's just factually incorrect. For example, just last night I made a steak with nothing. It was literally just a steak, just a cut of meat. I put it in the sous vide, tossed it in the cast iron skillet. Nothing. Only the steak. I tasted it was delicious.
Yeah, there are preservatives and salts that are found before you cook the meat. That's the
It's
point.
it's a it's a
That's
cut
what
of meat from my
you're
local
tasting
butcher. Like
salts. You're tasting
why is
preservatives.
that? There's no preservatives. It literally just came off of the cow.
Yeah, the point is that you're taking that steak that was preserved, right? You didn't just take it from the cow and start eating it, right?
I mean, I preserved it in the fridge for a bit.
So you took meat from a cow and you stuck it in the fridge. Then you ate
Sure,
it.
yeah, in a vacuum sealed bag. That's what
Okay.
kept it fresh.
Okay. Yeah. And
There's there's no. I
what
mean,
does it taste like? Like
there's no salt. There's no seasoning. There's no nothing. It
what did
tastes
it
like a
taste?
steak.
And
It
what did
tasted
it taste
delicious. I
like?
don't know what to
What did
tell
it
you.
taste like to you?
There factually was there was a taste there, and it was a taste. That is the point.
What does it taste like?
I don't know how to describe the taste. I mean, it tastes the way that a steak tastes compared to the way that a fish tastes compared to the way that anything tastes. Things
Yeah,
taste.
the point is that it might have some kind of taste, but the point is that the bigger picture that you're missing is that in general, taste is not a good reason to harm an animal. And no matter how good something tastes or how bad something tastes, it's not a good reason to abuse somebody,
And that's
right?
fair. No,
So
I do agree with that.
you have no justification for harming an animal.
That is accurate. That is correct. I do not have a justification for having harmed that animal, other than I guess I'm just a real piece of work. So I'm sorry for my ways, and
Well, at least he's honest, but still, it's wrong. Well, there's no reason to kill a cow. Vegans kill more. No, most crops are grown for animal products, so way more crops are destroyed, way more animals are killed for meat eaters.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
Well, I do disagree with everything except humans cause climate change. I could see that with cars and carbon emission.
Okay,
So how come you think being vegan is a better choice?
because it reduces harm and suffering.
So how about vitamins?
They're good. What do you mean? What about vitamins?
I mean, meat has necessary vitamins good for your body.
Name me one vitamin that I have to get from meat that I cannot get from plants.
Hmm?
Name me one vitamin that I cannot get from plants. Oh, he's Googling. He's Googling.
Let's Google.
Do you have it? Do you have the vitamin?
Hmm?
People saying B12. B12 is found in tofu, tempeh, nutritional yeast, fortified foods, mushrooms, duckweed, all of B12 naturally.
And plus, have you ever seen a hunter-gatherer?
Okay. How old are you?
19?
All right. So your argument against veganism is that there were hunter-gatherers in the past?
Yes, and they're the healthiest people
Oh, really?
in terms of
You're
diet.
talking about
In
how about
terms
the
of diet.
Inuits? How about the Inuits who ate mostly meat thousands of years ago, and they had tons of heart disease. They had terrible lifespans. They were unhealthy.
Because they had no plants. Mhm.
Yeah, meat is not healthy for you.
But it's about a balance.
There's
It's
nothing
about a
about eating
balance.
meat that's healthy for you. Meat
It's
raises
about a
heart disease,
balance.
cancers, diabetes, arthritis. Meat
Vitamins?
is not healthy. But more importantly, it doesn't matter. We're talking about ethics. Ethically speaking, there's no reason to harm an animal.
And plus the evolution thing. Humans evolved
I
eating
agree.
meat.
But that doesn't mean we have to kill animals.
Yes, it does.
Why? Why do we have to kill animals?
To eat meat?
Look, that's a tautology. I understand you want to eat meat, but it's not ethically good because you're harming and causing suffering, right?
Hey, but
So
it's
what's the
good for your
better
body.
choice? Well, look, what's the better choice? To harm animals or to avoid harming animals?
To harm animals.
So you think it's better to harm somebody?
Yes. For essential vitamins, yes.
But essential vitamins, you keep saying essential vitamins, but you didn't name one yet.
Vitamin B12.
Tofu, tempeh, nutritional yeast, fortified foods, mushrooms, all have B12.
And plus, what are you going to do for protein?
Look, did you listen to what I just told you, sir? You can
Nope.
get B12 as a vegan.
How about protein?
Beans, grains, pastas, rices, all have
You
protein.
have to eat a
Tofu, all
lot
have
of
protein.
beans to get the essential protein you need.
You could get a cup of lentils are
Also,
17 grams of
you need
protein, which
fat.
contain
You
all
need to eat
essential
fat.
aminos. Sir, listen. A cup of lentils have 17 grams of protein and contain all essential amino acids.
And plus, when you are vegan, there's actually more carbon emission.
No, there isn't. Here's a study called Vegans, Vegetarians in the UK Show Discrepant Environmental Impacts by Oxford, and it demonstrates that vegans have a
Here, I'll name some
75%
stuff
lower
you can
carbon
get from
footprint.
meat.
Hold on. Vegans have a 75% lower carbon footprint because we're killing less land, we're destroying less crops, and we're using less water.
Vitamin A, carnitine, carnosine, creatine, D3, DHA.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
You're reading the comment section. Good for you. The problem is you're wrong.
So how about creatine?
95% of those were not essential, and our bodies produce carnosine, our bodies produce taurine, our bodies produce D3. We get from the sun and mushrooms and all kinds of things like that. What else did you say?
So how come why? Okay, how
Creatine, our
come
bodies make vitamin A, sweet potatoes, mangoes, all have vitamin A. Leafy greens.
how come humans? I mean, how come animals kill other animals in the wild? It's evolution.
But you're not in the wild, are you? Right? We don't have to kill animals anymore.
No, humans evolved doing it.
But
And
we don't have
obviously,
to. Look, we don't have to anymore. There's no need to harm animals anymore.
for our bodies to be healthy, yes.
No, the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is that all stages of human life are healthy and can be suitable as a vegan. Vegan diets are very healthy.
How about what do you think of the animal-based diets?
They're wrong. They're ethically wrong, and they're harmful for your health.
Why are
Look,
they
do you have an
harmful for
argument
your
for
health?
us today, or are you going to just repeat stuff from the comment section?
Why are they harmful for your health?
Meat? It raises risk of heart disease, cancers. Red meat is a group 2A carcinogen by the WHO.
Comments, spam W if I'm right.
Look, I know you're going to be a coward and say that, but unfortunately your argument doesn't work. Meat has been shown to raise the risk of heart disease, cancers, arthritis, and diabetes, and the evidence is against you.
Which plants did you say have vitamin B12 in them? Again, tofu?
Tofu, tempeh, nutritional yeast, mushrooms, all those. Do you have an argument for us today before I kick you?
That veganism is generally unhealthy. It costs a lot. The cost is way.
It's not. It doesn't cost a lot.
The balanced diet. Humans evolved on meat for a reason. Our brains grew bigger because of meat.
Look, listen. I know you want to. I know you're trying to come up here and say, "Oh, let's defeat the vegan today," but unfortunately, it's not going to happen, right? Because you're wrong. We know that vegan diets can be affordable. Pastas, beans, rices, lentils are some of the cheapest foods on the planet, and they're vegan. You don't have to be rich to be vegan. In fact, studies show that most vegans are not rich. They're near poverty levels. So you don't need to
ask
be
a
rich
question
to be
real
vegan.
quick. What's your opinion on seed oils?
Just because you're a vegan doesn't mean you have to eat seed oils, but more importantly, they're not bad for you in small quantities. And it's irrelevant to the topic. We're talking about ethics. You keep talking about health. We're talking about ethics. There's no ethical reason to harm an animal.
Yes, for meat. There is, for balance. You don't want them to overpopulate.
You're causing overpopulation by breeding them into existence in factories by the billions every year. You're the one causing
If
overpopulation.
there was no carnivores in the world, there'd be overpopulation. This is why carnivores exist.
Look, you're not listening to what I'm really saying. You're not absorbing what I'm telling you. You are causing overpopulation. There are 90 billion animals in factories as we speak. Cows, pigs, and chickens. 90 billion of them in factories. They're not from the wild. They are bred into existence every year because of people like you. That's overpopulation to the extreme.
Yeah, it is. And then we kill them for meat.
Yeah, don't you see how ridiculous that is when it's not necessary to do that?
And I'm going to ask you a question. Your opinion on something else. God is imaginary.
Look, you don't seem to be present in this conversation. You don't seem to be engaging with anything I'm telling you. You just glance over it as if I didn't say it.
Yes, I am.
Are you debating with me today, or are you talking to yourself?
Where are you getting your statistics from?
USDA. We have Oxford University that has published the studies I mentioned today. The NIH has published a study I mentioned today as the position of the Academy of Dietetics and Nutrition. Do you have any more complaints? Or do you have an argument now?
So, you don't believe eating meat is healthy at all?
I don't believe it's healthy, but that's irrelevant if what I think about it health-wise. We're talking about the ethics. Why justifies you harming animals when you don't have to?
Okay, you know the phone you're using, it uses lithium farmed in the Congo. Are you going to just stop using your phone?
No, because I need a phone for my job.
Okay, and I need meat for my health.
Why? Why do you need meat?
Vitamins. Keeps it balanced.
Which vitamin do you need from a cow's ass?
Every single one of them. Have you ever heard of beef liver?
Get those from plants.
Nutrient-dense food on Earth.
Look, you don't have to eat cow ass. Look, you don't have to eat cow ass. You can just eat a plant and get the same vitamins.
So if you care about ethics, why don't you stop using a phone because it contains lithium farmed in the Congo by slaves?
So you want everybody to stop using phones and go back to the Stone Age? That's ridiculous. That's not practical. Look,
I don't care about ethics.
Look, let's be practical here, sir. We need phones to live in modern society.
Okay. And
now let's get back to veganism.
For modern society, for cultures and traditions.
Look, you keep complaining. You don't need to eat an animal, for sure. You don't have to kill an animal.
And you don't need to use a phone. So why are you using a phone?
Because I have to, for my job.
Get a different job.
I can't get a different job when I need that specific amount of money to live in my home.
Use a computer.
I need a phone as well as a computer for my
What
job.
do you do on your phone?
All kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, this is an appeal to
If you
futility.
really cared about ethics, you'd stop
This
being
is
vegan.
this is an
Vegan
appeal to
harms
futility.
plant.
Look, sir, I understand that look, vegans understand that we can't be perfect. So all you're doing right now is you're saying, look, Mike, you're not perfect. So, got you. Let me go abuse this animal now. That is not a good argument, right? You are abusing animals in cages that don't have to be abused, and you have no reason for that. What reason do you have for killing animals?
For meat, I told you this.
But you don't have to eat meat. What vitamin do you have to get from meat that you cannot get from plants?
You know, I'm gonna tell you a story. I did actually try being vegan,
No,
and it was not
listen to
healthy.
me. What vitamin do you have to get from meat?
Vitamin A. Let's
We
see,
get that
creatine.
sweet potatoes, mangoes.
Potatoes
What else?
are not a good source of creatine.
Yes, they are. Potatoes are a great source of vitamin A.
If you really care
Creatine your
about
body
ethics,
makes
there's
in
lots of
sufficient
stuff you're
amount.
doing. I
Creatine your
mean,
body.
it's not good. It's not good to farm thousands of acres to be vegan.
Well,
What I
you're
mean,
farming.
which
Look,
is healthier for the which is
sir.
healthier
Look,
for the
listen,
ecosystem?
listen. What do you think the animals that you kill eat?
Grass, pasture.
No, they mostly eat crops and grains like wheat and soy and corn.
I only
And,
eat grass-fed
okay, well, you still have
beef.
to destroy property to make that way for the
Not very
grasslands.
much.
And grasslands also are mostly imported from other countries. Okay, so what you're doing is you are causing as much pesticides, you're causing way more harm to the environment. You're killing way more crops just
What
to
is your
feed the cows that you
statistic on
kill.
this?
What?
What's your statistic on this?
90% of cows that are factory farmed are not grass fed. And
Okay.
the problem is that even if they are grass fed, you still have to grow lots of land and destroy lots of property just to make way for that land. Did you know
In
that
veganism,
90% of the Amazon is being destroyed for soy that's produced for animal feed? Right? Like you're
mm-hmm.
causing so much more harm to the environment by far, and the studies demonstrate this.
Oh. But how many acres have to be destroyed for veganism?
Way less,
Thousands. Thousands of acres are
way
destroyed.
less acres than for meat eaters.
Hmm?
Way less. About 77% less land is used for vegans.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is. You want the source?
Yes.
Reducing food's environmental impacts to producers and consumers is another peer-reviewed study by Jay Poor demonstrating that if everybody went vegan, we would save 77% of land on the earth.
Okay. By any chance, what's like your main food for what's it called? Protein.
Tofu, beans, rices, pastas.
How many grams of protein do you think you eat a day?
50, 60, 70. Doesn't matter. I don't count.
That's not a healthy amount. That is not a healthy
Yes,
amount.
it is. It is healthy. 60, 70
No, it
grams of
isn't.
protein a day is very healthy. And by the way,
0.7
I could
times
get
of
more.
grams of protein
I
per
could get
body.
Look, I could get more if I wanted to. I could be a vegan bodybuilder, but I'm not a bodybuilder.
And it's actually very expensive to get a lot of protein in with
No, it's not.
veganism.
It's actually very cheap. I get a bag of lentils for like $2 and it lasts me like a week.
And they're very high in calories too.
So is meat.
Mm-hmm. How about chicken?
Look, do you have an
How about
argument
tuna?
for us today, or you're just gonna complain all day?
I already told you my argument.
Your argument's terrible. I debunked every single
No,
one
it
of your
isn't.
points.
You eat 70 grams of protein a day.
Yeah.
That's not healthy. That shows veganism is not healthy.
How much? What's a healthy amount?
100, at least 100.
No, so it's all about body weight as well. But more importantly, I can
Well,
get
what's your
100
body
grams
weight?
easily. I could get 100 grams easily. I can eat more pasta. I can just eat more food.
How come you don't?
So I don't need to. I'm perfectly healthy. My blood work came in a few months ago. It's perfect. I don't need to eat meat.
And also, meat actually help raises your testosterone levels too.
Show me evidence for that. That's not true at all.
There's lots of evidence.
Give me one.
There, I don't need to show
Give me
you.
one study
For
that
example,
raises your
there's a bunch of
testosterone.
studies that show tuna.
Sir, stop. Give me one source that demonstrates that, and then show me why that matters when I can be perfectly healthy as a vegan. Oh, he's gonna Google again. Come on, sir. You got 10 seconds to finish your Googling.
Example, meat, it's very high in zinc. For example, tuna. Studies show it can raise testosterone. It's very low in calories and high in protein.
Where's your source?
I can eat 3 cans of protein. I'm at
Wait,
3 cans of tuna,
wait a minute,
300
sir.
calories,
Where's
and I'll
your
get more
source?
protein than you get per day.
Hold on. You said there was a source. Where is it?
I already said I don't need to say it again. 70 grams is something I would give a kid.
Okay, I could eat more if I wanted to, but it's not necessary. You have no point here, sir. It's moot. It's garbage. I can eat as much
And
protein as I want
anthropologists
to.
also have said that
Where's your source? If you don't give a
meat
source,
helps our
I'm gonna kick
brains
you
grow
out.
bigger.
What?
Every source on anthropology will tell you meat or evolution.
No, that's false. Meat does not make your brain grow bigger. If it did, why do lions have small brains per their body size? Why do some of the most vegetarian animals, like elephants and giraffes and all, they have the largest brains of all? Like other apes and chimps have the largest brains per body size, and they don't eat much meat at all. Hey, what do you got?
Am I on? Oh, shit, I'm on. Okay. So I'm from Alaska and I hunt and I fish. Okay, how could that ethically be more wrong than your farming that destroys land for crops, or even people's store-bought?
Look, sir,
adult fats?
we have to eat something to survive. We have to grow crops to survive. You want us to all starve to death? What's your solution?
More ethical hunting.
That's a paradox. There's no such thing as ethical hunting when it's not.
Okay, and there's no such thing as ethical farming either.
Why not? You never heard of vertical
You're
farming?
destroying land that animals could be living on.
Do you think vertical farming's bad?
Say that again?
Do you think vertical farming is bad?
I think white people's way of farming is bad all around in general.
What? All right, dude. Go away.
No.
Racist. Guys, look, we have to eat something to survive. Vegans use way less crops. We use way less land than meat eaters. The solution here is to go vegan. If you care about the environment, if you care about the animals, go vegan. Vegans use less crops. We use less land, by far. No, regenerative farming does not use less land. It actually uses more land. That's why we have to cut down 70% of the world. All the trees and deforestation is caused for animal farming. There's not enough animals for that to happen. We have to breed them into existence and make land for them, right? That is not very healthy for the environment. Veganic farming is by far the best.
Hi.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm 18. So I just wanted to say that you're vegan, right? But what does God have to do with veganism? Like, you're vegan, right? But like, what does God have?
Everybody go tap on the screen and please subscribe to my YouTube. All my debates there, all my content's on my YouTube. Go check it out.
Mike, you're a fat.
Keep tapping and please subscribe. Hey, what do you got? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, what do you got? All right, have a good day.
Right. So I guess like I agree in a way that like eating animals is like we are harming them. But like personally, like I introduced veganism to my sister. But
Sir, I don't care about your story. What
right,
argument do you have?
No,
What's your
no.
argument for us? What is your argument today?
I guess like I don't care, right?
What do you mean you don't care? You don't have ethics?
No.
You don't have ethics. So you think
No.
murder is okay, grape is okay, you don't have any ethics?
I guess like you can go back to social construct theory, and
What? Sir, look, do you think it's wrong to beat a dog?
it's unnecessary.
Right, so it's wrong, right?
Right.
Okay, great. So when it comes to eating animal products, it's unnecessary too. Hence, it's wrong because you're harming and causing suffering. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I guess
Great.
like
So
how
then you should be vegan. It's that simple.
I guess how can I care more? That's the issue I have.
You learn. When you learn more about things and people and animals around you, you appreciate them more. That's how you solve this. You learn. You educate yourself. That's how you become more confident, and that's how you make better choices.
Right. I don't really have an argument, to be honest, so thank you.
Yep, we can tell. All right, so the next victim in here. And remember, guys, please subscribe to the YouTube. I'm boosting up my YouTube this year. Hello?
Hey, do you know what type of colon and digestive tract humans have?
A long one?
No, we have a carnivore digestive tract. We do
No,
not have the
we don't.
digestive tract of a vegetarian.
No, we have more of an
We do
herbivorous.
not have a digestive tract
How
as a
long is it?
cow
Do you know,
or a
do you,
vegetarian
okay, great.
that has
How
4 stomachs.
How long is the small intestine tract for humans? Do you know?
I don't know the exact measurement, but it's not as
It's about
long
11
as
It's about 11 feet. It's about 3 meters, 3 or 4 meters.
it's nowhere as long
Yes, it
as
is.
the
It is about 11 feet.
digestive tract.
It
And
is as
the
long as
small
most
intestine and the
herbivores.
large intestine has different functions.
Sir,
It's not the
it is-
same as a
look,
herbivore.
Sir, it doesn't matter about our
You are a
intestines.
fool and you will
Look,
perish in a lake of fire. You are accursed of
Okay.
God.
Please, sir, don't do this to me. Don't be rude and obnoxious. Oh, he ran away. We don't have to harm animals, no matter how small or large our intestines are, right? No matter how your organs are, you don't have to kill an animal, right? This is peer-reviewed science. There's no need to harm an animal for animal products. You don't. And there's no God, so get over that.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
How you doing? Hello.
Yeah.
All right. I have just a question or a point of view. It's not like it's a debate. But I have a question. Animals are alive because they have blood flow, which blood contains plasma, and plasma is found in every single living thing, including the plants. That's what carries the sensory sensor for mutation.
Plants don't have blood like animals do, nor do they have pain receptors or nervous systems or brains. They don't have any capacity to feel pain.
But they do have plasma, which is what create or give life.
It doesn't mean that they feel pain.
That's what we don't know yet.
No, we know they don't feel pain. And there's a study on this called
Where is your source that they don't feel pain?
I was about to give it to you. It's called Debunking a Myth of Plant Consciousness, and it demonstrates that plants do not have capacity to feel pain.
Have you seen those studies where the University of Harvard gather 15 people and they give them each a plant, and one set of people was instructed to talk to them in a nasty way and the other one with love? Huh?
Yeah, that was not a Harvard study, nor was it actually reliable. It was 15 people, and it wasn't actually a peer-reviewed study, and it's not replicable. It's not repeatable.
Okay. Well, I guess we need to respect each other and everyone's point of view.
Look, I don't respect your actions. Your actions are horrible. You're harming an animal. You're making an animal suffer. I don't respect that. So give a justification for that.
I don't kill animal. You don't know me. You don't know if I'm a vegan or not. It's just
Okay,
a fact
great.
that I'm telling you
Great.
that
So
both have plasma.
great. So then do you agree with veganism?
If I agree with what?
Veganism.
Oh, yes, but I do believe that there is a
Great.
God.
All right. Have a good day. Why do people waste my time?
Oh, how's it going?
Hey, what do you got?
So I do think that God is imaginary and evolution is a fact. Humans do cause climate change. With veganism, I have no issue with vegans. I only have issues with some of the claims they make. I'm a student of anthropology and world history, so I like to look at people from a massive perspective. And in that massive perspective, we became from fruitarians to herbivores to omnivores, which is our current state. Now, for the entire human species to transfer over to plant-based life would require millions of years of evolution again. That's how long it took to go from the herbivores to
No, it wouldn't. No, we don't have to eat meat. I can be perfectly healthy without eating meat today.
Well, no, of course you can. You could also be perfectly happy or healthy without eating plants today. You
Right.
could survive on a carnivore
Well,
diet
that's
as is.
debatable, but the point is that we don't need to eat meat today. You don't have to eat meat. So your argument's bad.
No. It's not that my argument's bad. You are correct. I could literally have a protein bar and fulfill my protein needs on a daily basis. I agree. You don't have to
No,
eat meat in today's world, but our requirements for nutrition is still the same. Now, whether or not
yes,
you
and we
agree
can
with
get all the nutrients from plant-based foods. So we don't have to eat meat. So what's your
right,
point?
well, I mean, kind of, because to match the amount of proteins, for instance, in a 10-ounce ribeye steak, you'd have to consume roughly 1 to 1.5 pounds of combined protein-rich plant foods outside
No,
of us having protein
that's
bars.
nonsense. A
No,
couple
that's actual
lentils
math.
has
That's actual
look,
math.
listen, sir, stop. This is very dishonest of you to say.
It's not
Because
dishonest.
hold on. A cup of lentil beans has about 17 grams of protein. That's perfect amount of protein for a single meal, let alone pastas and rices and other beans, which all combined have plenty of protein. There are vegan bodybuilders that get plenty of protein. They're bigger than you and they're vegan. You don't have to harm animals for protein.
Right, but you realize protein isn't the only source of nutrition that we get from eating meat, correct?
What nutrient do we have to get from meat that we cannot get from plants? Name one.
Well, I know you can get B vitamins and iron and zinc and selenium and a bunch of other vitamins from plants, but to get the equivalent amount in a 10-ounce steak is a massive difference. You'd have to
No, you can get, again, I showed you that you can get 17 grams of protein from a cup
yes,
of lentil beans. That's almost as
correct.
much as a ribeye.
I know, but I'm also referring to B vitamins like B12, B6, niacin, riboflavin, folate, etc. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
get
claiming
this
to be
from
a
plants too.
nutritionist,
We get this from fruits and vegetables and grains and
but not in
seeds.
sufficient quantities. My entire brother's
Yes,
family
we
is vegan.
do. We do. We can get plenty of B vitamins from fruits,
You'd have to
strawberries, berries,
consume. You'd have to
mangoes.
consume a phenomenal amount of plant life to get as much nutrition as you would get from
Give an
a family.
example. Give an example of how much I would need to consume.
Just some, just a regular steak here and there, chicken, lean meats.
Look. You're not understanding.
I'm sorry.
I can get plenty of nutrients as a vegan without eating so much food. You're being dishonest here. There is no vitamin that I have to eat pounds and pounds of plant foods to get. I can get plenty of vitamins by getting a balanced diet as a vegan. You don't have to harm animals to get B vitamins. It's ridiculous. By the way, meat is low in B vitamins.
No, it is actually not low in B vitamins. It's got plenty of fats and a variety of other things. And though I agree with you that we no longer have to kill animals to receive those vitamins.
So what justifies harming and slaughtering animals when you know we don't have to kill them?
Because the majority of the planet is still omnivorous, regardless of whether or not.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you what justifies continuing what we're doing when we don't have to.
Well, let me ask you a question. Oh, actually, no, because that would be rhetoric. Okay, let me answer your question directly. We still need to eat. We still need nutrition. Not everyone has an availability to just plant life. Some people need to have other different levels of food, whatever they can get their hands on across the planet.
The point is that veganism is about doing what you can with what you have to minimize harm. Everybody can do that. Everybody on the planet can do better by making better choices.
That is the absolute best vegan point I've ever heard, and I agree with you fully.
Okay, I don't care about that, right? The point is that we can all be vegan, and it is the better option, and you have no counter argument for this.
I do. Let me ask you a question. Just because this is my field, evolution anthropology, what do you think literally started our intellectual evolution 6 million years ago with hominids? Do you know the answer? I do, and I'll tell you if you don't know.
No, you're going to say meat, but there's nothing in meat that makes your brain grow. And more
That's
importantly, we
exactly
don't
what
have to
happened
eat
after
it.
we started consuming
Hold
densely
on,
rich.
hold on, hold on. What made our brains grow most likely was cooking our foods, and not just meat, but also plant-based foods we cooked. But there's nothing in meat specifically that made our brains grow. Our brains run on glucose, not fat. So it's more important to have glucose in your diet, which is what plants will provide you with. But more importantly, in today's world, we do not have to eat meat for any reason. So give a justification for slaughtering and abusing animals as you do.
I'm not disagreeing. What I'm stating is we can definitely.
So then do you agree that veganism is better?
No, and here's why. Because
why not?
Okay, well,
Why is
I'm sorry.
veganism not better?
From an ethical perspective, yes. From an evolutionary perspective, no. Our
Why does
evolutionary.
evolution matter? Look, evolutionarily speaking, it doesn't matter about ethics. Evolution has no bearing on ethics.
Kind of
We're
does
talking
because
about
we are
ethics
we
here.
are still
Look,
mammals, correct? We are
sir,
still
it
mammals.
doesn't matter. We don't care about our evolution. That's irrelevant to ethics, right?
Well, kind of.
We're
Because
talking about today's society where we do not have to harm animals anymore. We're not cavemen. We're people in modern society. We have choices, and with choices comes responsibility. So why are you making irresponsible choices?
it's not irresponsible. Do you know what the appendix is for? Do you know what it's used for? And do you know what
I don't care. We don't need it.
Do you know what the primate cecum is for?
We don't need those things. We can eat
Do you know why we don't
plant-based
need them
foods and be
anymore?
perfectly healthy and fine.
The appendix was a sac of bacteria that helped us digest really large fibrous plant life, as well as digesting a variety of other
Okay,
tubers and
we don't
starches.
care about that. We can still be vegan. We don't have to care about our appendix.
No, you don't understand. It took millions of years for our
I
bodies
don't
to
care
decide.
how long it took. The point
So
is,
what I'm saying is,
look,
if
sir,
we're
you're
trying to
not
instantly change,
understanding. Please listen to me. I don't care how we evolved. It's irrelevant to ethics. We're talking about modern day. And in the modern world, we do not have to harm animals for food. We don't. So what justifies doing so?
that is the way the earth. I mean, it literally is the way the earth is. Do carnivores exist?
That's not an argument. Look, I know I know other animals eat each other, but we don't
Is
have
that
to.
ethical?
What
Is that
justifies
ethical?
that action for
Let me ask you a
us?
question.
Why
Is it ethical for other animals to eat other animals?
they have to survive? We don't have to eat meat to survive. We can get plants. That's the point.
But what makes it unethical? Just because we can simply have a different route to
Yeah,
surviving?
we have choices. That's what I
So
just explained this to you. You're not listening, sir. You're not listening to what I'm
called subjective
saying.
reasoning, though. It's subjective.
Guys, you're not listening to what I'm saying. Listen and really absorb what I'm telling you. Our evolution is irrelevant. We don't have to slaughter animals anymore. We don't have to kill animals anymore. I mean, look at what you're doing. You're stuffing pigs in gas chambers. They're suffering. They're screaming for their lives. Look at the harm you're actually causing. And look at how unnecessary it is.
I agree.
Why do this? Why do this?
I'm all for ethical farming. That's with chickens or cows. cattle.
No. I don't care what your belief is. Look, I want
It's
a
not a belief.
justification for why you're harming animals, period.
Literally because we are an omnivore species. Why is it ethical for
But being an
animals to eat?
omnivore, being an omnivore does not mean you have to eat meat.
Correct. You can only eat meat and not
Okay,
eat vegetables
great.
either.
So why do we have to eat meat?
In a truly natural diet, to get a consistently strong intake of nutrition, a well-balanced meal is what we've evolved to accept in our
Yes,
biological
and
bodies.
we can get a well-balanced meal as a vegan.
Yes, I understand that because we have access to
Okay, so
vitamins and
what
power bars and
justifies
protein.
slaughtering? Look,
But
sir,
around the world, in Africa and poor countries, do they have access to those same types of
we're
nutrition?
not talking about Africa. We're talking about you. Why do you harm animals?
I do not personally go out there and hurt the animal, but I do consume meat.
Why do you pay for harming animals? Why do you pay for them to die?
Because it is literally what I am. I am a mammal. I eat other mammals for nutrition. I mean, you want to
other mammals grape each other. Should we grape each other too?
Do we or do we not?
I'm saying, should we?
Does it happen? No, we should not.
No, sir. This is an appeal to nature fallacy. What you're saying is, look,
No,
other
that's not
mammals eat other meat, so therefore we should. Well, I'm sorry, sir, but other animals grape each other. Does that mean we have
fallacy
to
is
grape?
irrelevant because we are nature. We are not separate from nature. That's
Sir,
a fallacy.
do you think we should grape because other animals do it?
I do not think it's ethical to grape, but it does happen in nature. It happens
Thank you.
in our
Great.
species
So
and it
the
happens
point
in
is the
reality.
same here. The point is you are harming animals when it's not necessary. And just because other animals do it doesn't mean we ought to do it either.
No,
So
but
why do you, again, what justifies you harming animals?
I am an omnivore.
But omnivores don't have to eat meat.
Yet we do. That's what omnivore
But
means. It means we can consume
I'm asking
nutrients.
you why you do it when you don't have to. Why do you get to cause harm and suffering to the animals?
It keeps me strong. It gives me the nutritions I need. I mean, it's like asking
But
a
so
it's
can
like asking
vegan,
a
right?
tiger why it eats meat.
So can vegan food. Vegan foods can be very healthy for you.
I've seen a lot of the data. I'm not familiar with it enough to make a claim about what happens when there's a 10-year-old vegan that's been on a vegan diet and muscle building.
So the position of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is that vegan diets are that are well planned are suitable for all stages of life. This is doctors talking, medical scientists, nutritionists talking.
Okay, and that's fine because that is part of our evolutionary past, right? We were fruitarians at first, and we became
I don't care
herbivores.
about, you keep bringing up our evolution. Get over that. I don't care about it anymore.
I'm
What
sorry, but I
matters
think
is
history. I
today.
think history is always relevant to where we are going.
Sir, I know there's so much angst against me. There's so much resistance against me because I'm the bad vegan, right? I'm saying you
No,
got
not
to
at all,
stop
buddy.
eating animals. I'm the bad guy here, but just listen to me. You're not really absorbing what I'm telling you. There is no good reason to eat animal products. It is causing an excessive amount of harm and cruelty and suffering to sentient beings that we care about. So what justifies doing this to these poor animals that don't have to die, that are screaming in gas chambers as we speak?
Let me take it to the logical conclusion. Our dogs are considered sentient, are they not?
Yeah.
Do dogs eat each other in the wild?
Yeah, they do, but
Yes, they do.
it doesn't
So
mean
let me ask you this question.
sir,
At what
dogs,
point?
we don't get our morality from dogs. Do you grape because dogs do it too?
I don't grape because I don't want to hurt another human being. That's what I do.
Exactly. So we don't get our morality from dogs. We get our morality from looking at the consequences to our actions.
I know,
And we
but you didn't
don't
let me
have to
finish that
harm
statement.
animals.
My statement is: at what point does the vegan stop? At some point in the future, is it going to be unethical for a dog to eat another dog? Is it going to be unethical for a tiger to
Oh
eat
my
its meal?
gosh, sir. We're not talking about dog ethics. We're talking about human
I know, but
ethics.
that's the logical conclusion. You're saying
No,
because we are
it's not.
mammals and we
What is
exist.
veganism? Sir, do you even know what veganism is?
Veganism is aligning yourself with not eating animal products.
No, that's not veganism.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Veganism is
Please.
minimizing suffering and harm as much as practicable. As much as practical.
Then I
That's
am
it.
vegan and an omnivore, according to that definition. I am a vegan and an omnivore, according to your
You're
definition.
not a vegan because you're harming animals when you don't have to. So what
I know, but
justifies
I
doing it?
harm to survive. Why does any animal
You
since
don't
the
have to
beginning of
survive
time
on
eat?
meat. You can survive on other foods that you have access to.
Oh, I definitely eat tons of fruit and vegetables. I enjoy them immensely, but I
Great.
also
So why do you harm animals if you don't have to?
it's not that I'm harming animals, just that the diet hasn't changed within
No,
our evolutionary
sir,
stage of this part of life.
I can't believe this is not getting through to you. Like, do you understand that when you eat meat, you're not just eating meat, you're actually harming and killing an animal that had to suffer for you, right? So look at
Yes.
the ethical implications of this. There's a victim involved. There's somebody who didn't have a voice, who you took their life away from. Look at the
Has
ethical
that
implications here.
has
It
that not
seems
been
like
the
you're just
case?
not willing to look. Do you think it's wrong to beat a dog?
Yes.
Great. So why do you get to beat cows and pigs?
I don't beat cows or pigs.
Yes, you
But
do.
I know
You
I know
do
the
worse.
analogy.
You do worse, sir. You put them in gas chambers. That's worse.
I mean, that sounds incredibly unethical, regardless of
Then why do
culture.
you do it?
I don't do those things.
You
Don't
pay
strawman
for it.
me.
You cause it. You pay for it.
I literally buy from grass fed and culture or
You
not culture.
still
Sorry.
pay for cruelty. You still pay for those animals to die when they
I've
didn't
talked
have
to
to
some farmers
die.
in Tulsa, Oklahoma specifically, and they had the
I
most.
don't care where you live. You're harming animals when you could have eaten something plant-based.
No,
Period.
I do eat plant based because, like I said, the
No,
fact.
you
Okay,
don't.
let me ask
You
you a
harm
question.
animals. You're not being plant-based.
Let
You're
me
harming
ask you,
animals for no reason.
biologically, are you an omnivore, herbivore, or
I don't
carnivore?
give a shit if I'm a poopivore, a shitivore, a cockivore. I don't care what I eat.
That actually makes perfect sense.
I don't
You
care
don't care about the
I don't care
biological
what biology describes me as.
Yeah,
It doesn't
I
matter.
believe you. I
We
believe you.
don't have to eat animals today. Can
Do
you
other
please
animals have
learn?
to eat other animals? If aliens come to Earth, they
Sir, you're yapping. This is like a yapathon. It's
no,
a very simple question.
and I
What
agree.
justifies you harming animals?
We're omnivores. We consume
All right.
flesh.
Have a good day.
We
Have a
consume.
good day. It doesn't matter if we're omnivores or not. It doesn't matter what I am, what you describe me as. I don't have to kill an animal to survive and be healthy. Period. Your argument collapses. We don't have to harm animals. So stop doing it. Thank you guys. Keep tapping and please subscribe to the YouTube. Appreciate it.
Hello?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what is so unethical about eating meat from a vegan?
Because that meat came from an animal who had to die and suffer for you. And that's wrong to me.
But at the end of the day, though, isn't it just an animal compared to?
Yeah, we are just animals too.
But we're more evolved than the animals are.
No, we're not more evolved. I mean, sure, maybe we're smarter than the other animals, but that doesn't mean we get to slaughter them just because we're smarter.
I'm sure if the animals were smarter than they are and they can somehow sustain off of us, they would.
Well, that's their problem. We are in a situation where we are harming animals for no reason. So what justifies that?
With just the fact that we've been doing it for so long that we continue to do it.
Okay, so like I can use this for anything. Oh, I've been graping for so long, so I might as well continue graping. This is ridiculous. Oh, we've enslaved people for centuries. Let's keep enslaving people. That's your ethical framework?
It's a difference between a human and an animal, though.
What's the morally relevant difference? We're both sentient. We're both conscious.
But the difference is that if one's an animal and one's a human that actually has a purpose.
Humans are animals. We're animals, sir.
Yes, but we have a purpose. Animals don't really serve a purpose.
What's our purpose?
Living.
The animals have that same purpose. The animals want to live.
Not the animals that are literally being bred for us to eat.
Look, sir, animals don't want to die. They run from predators. They cry when they see somebody trying to kill them. They are animals just as we are. They're sentient. They're conscious. They're compassionate. They have living experiences. They don't want to die. So why do you get to kill them?
Because we use animals to eat. The same way that we would harvest plants and harvest.
I know you do that, but why when you could eat something plant-based and skip all the harm and suffering?
Well, some people don't have access to it.
Okay, do you have access to a store where you can buy plant-based foods?
Yeah.
Great. So we're talking to me. We're debating here, right? You and me. So what justifies your harm and suffering and your abuse to the others?
I didn't catch that. Repeat that.
If you can go vegan, why are you not vegan? Why are you still harming animals?
Because I choose to and like to eat meat.
Okay, so you're saying your ethics is dictated by your wants. So if you want to grape somebody, you get to do it. That's justified to you?
Again, it's a difference between a human and an animal to me.
What's the morally relevant difference?
What do you mean the more irrelevant difference?
Look, animals and other animals and humans we're both sentient, we're both conscious, we're both experiencing life. In these ways, we're morally the same to me. There's no difference morally there because we both care about each other's lives. So what's the difference to you?
I just feel that the human is a more superior of a being compared to the animal.
In what way?
In just the way that an animal lives versus the way we live.
Explain. Elaborate.
Well, I mean, like, look at the way we can literally get up and go to a store. We can work. We can do things animals can't do.
Okay, I hear a baby in the background. Can your baby go to the store on its own?
Not at the moment.
Okay, does that justify eating babies?
No, because the baby's a human.
Okay, great. So now we're resorting back to speciesism. Oh, because it's a different species, we get to save it, but other species are bad. We get to kill. This is your argument?
Well, I just believe that animals are made.
Look. Listen. Do you think it's wrong to kill a dog?
Depending on the circumstance, obviously not, but depending on the circumstance.
If I just like the way a dog tastes, can I go up to a random dog and just eat it?
I mean, some people do, and depending on the countries they're in.
No, I'm asking you, sir. Do you think it's okay to go
I
up to a
would eat
dog
a
and just
dog,
eat
but
it?
that's not something I eat.
Do you think it's wrong?
Do I think it's wrong? No, because I think it's just like eating any other animal.
Okay, great. So you think it's perfectly okay to go up to a random dog and just start eating it? Okay.
I mean,
So
if a
so
dog,
why is
a
it
cow, I
wrong?
would see a difference,
Why is it
honestly.
wrong to eat a baby but not an animal?
Because again, to me, a human is it's different than an animal, in my opinion.
In what way? Right? What's the morally relevant way that's different?
I just don't see animals being equal to humans.
I never said we're equal, sir. What I'm saying is morally there's no difference. We're both sentient, we're both conscious, we both don't want to die, and we both don't have to die. I don't see
I
the
don't believe
reason to kill them.
that animals really have that thought. Oh, I don't want to die, compared to a human doesn't wanting to die.
Do babies have those thoughts? No, babies don't think those thoughts.
They're not capable of it at the moment. Animals, I don't think
Exactly.
really
So that
are
doesn't
capable.
justify killing babies just because they don't have those thoughts, right?
Eventually, the baby will have the thoughts, though.
Okay, but what if there's a mentally disabled person who will never have those thoughts, will never be smart, will never be intelligent as other people? Does that mean we get to eat those mentally disabled people?
No.
Great. So no matter how intelligent we are, that doesn't justify killing other people. So why do you get to kill animals?
Because I feel like that's the purpose of an animal, is to be there for the consumption.
Why? What about that animals means they're there for you?
What about them means that they're not?
The fact that they're on their own, they're their own individuals with their own lives that you don't have to harm.
But the ones that are being bred specifically for the consumption versus the ones that are out in the wild.
Okay, if we bred people into existence for food, would you think it's okay to breed people to eat?
No, but then that goes back to me thinking that
Okay.
people to add to the animals.
If we bred dogs to eat, would it be okay to eat dogs?
Compared to a different other animal, yeah, I would say so. If some people wanted to eat dogs like they do on other parts of the
Okay,
world.
great. So why is it wrong to eat people but okay to eat a dog? What's the difference?
I just feel that the animals are not as significant as a human is.
In what? Look, this is the last time I'm going to ask you. I feel like we're going in circles. You're not answering. You're not telling me the difference. What's the difference?
Because we're a human and they're an animal.
Okay, so the only thing that justifies killing a dog is that they're a different species.
Well, for any animal, I feel, is not as significant as a human.
In what way? DNA wise? It would just have different DNA? Is that your answer?
An animal that can contribute anything to, let's say, to society. Go.
Okay, neither does a mentally disabled person. They don't contribute to society that much.
Yes.
They're a dream of society. Does that mean we get to eat mentally disabled people? No. It's ridiculous. Your argument collapses on itself.
But again, I feel still, whether a mentally disabled person versus an animal, I still feel that.
What's the difference?
One's an animal.
No, we're both animals.
We're more evolved of an animal.
No. In what way are we more different that justifies killing them? Just the last chance I'm going to give you.
Okay. Let me think.
Think and then come back. I'm not going to wait for you to think. It seems to be taking too long. All right, guys, keep tapping. Please subscribe to YouTube.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
If God wasn't real, how could I put my balls in your face, nigga? No.
Subscribe to the YouTube, guys. I'm trying to blow it up. Trying to get to 20,000 followers this year.
Hello?
What do you got?
So, you say animals' life is just as important as human life, right?
I think that morally speaking, human lives and animal lives are should be treated the same.
So you drive a car, don't you?
Yeah.
So when you driving and you hit an animal like a cat or a dog, do you feel like you should go to jail for murder?
Yeah, now you're talking about legality issues. You're
No,
not
I'm
talking
just
about
saying.
ethics anymore.
If their
Yeah,
life are
I
the
think.
same,
Sir, stop. Listen. This example is nuanced, right? If I hit a cat in the road, yes. If I intentionally did that, it would be wrong. Of course, it'd be just as wrong as killing a person. Of course. But legally speaking, a cat doesn't have the same abilities as a person, right? They don't have the ability to do anything that other humans can do, so they're treated differently legally. But I still think it's ethically wrong, yes.
is yeah. So do you think you should get jail time? Because if I hit a human, no matter what circumstances, I will get some type of jail time.
Again, you're talking about legality. We're not talking about legal issues. We're talking about ethics. Ethically, they're the same, but legally, they're different. So again, let's bring it back to the veganism. What justifies you slaughtering animals by the billions?
The same reason that you slaughter plants, you killing plants. For you
But plants are not sentient. They don't feel pain.
We don't know that. It's been proven that they have.
We do. They don't feel pain. They don't have pain receptors. They don't have nervous systems. They don't have brains.
So you think everyone that eats meat is slaughtering animals and just bad people? You think they're bad people?
I think what you're doing is bad because you're harming an innocent being who didn't have to die.
So if you was never raised to like grow your own plants and stuff like that, how are you supposed to survive?
Eating plants?
But no one judged vegans. We don't judge you guys.
I don't understand your point here. Look, the point is you're harming.
You're saying animals' life is just as important as humans' life.
You are harming and causing suffering to billions of animals in the world. What justifies that?
And nothing justifies it. It's just like what we like to do.
So then why do you do it?
Just because we can. Just like how you can go to the store, get your plant-based because you like it.
Look, just because you can is not a good argument for ethics, right? I can also grape, I can also murder. Does that mean they're good because we can?
Yeah. So next time you see a fly or anything, don't kill it.
Sir, look, this is so dishonest. Look, you're being so dishonest. And I encounter this a lot with non-vegans. They just want to get the vegan. I'm sorry, but use your brain for this one, right? Use your brain for a second. What you're saying is, oh, you kill plants, right? Or you kill an insect when you drive a car. That's not relevant to discussion because veganism is not about an ant. It's about doing what you can to minimize harm. So you right now are killing innocent animals that don't have to die. Why? What justifies that action when you can easily stop it? And give a proper answer this time, or you're going to go away. And use your brain.
I personally don't kill animals.
But you pay for it.
Right. But I don't judge people that does it. Just like I don't judge you for being vegan.
Well, would you judge me if I killed a person?
Would I judge you? Yes. I'll judge you if you kill an animal.
Exactly. So you can be a judge, right? You're doing something I think is wrong and you have no justification for it, as you just conceded. So why do you continue harming animals when you know it causes them suffering? Why?
Like I said, do you drive a car? Yes or no?
Yes, I drive a car, but I don't see how this is relevant to the discussion I just presented to you.
Pollution is killing people.
Okay,
you contribute to pollution.
Sir,
you're contributing to pollution.
Sir, I need to get to my job. I have to have a car.
But I'm saying you contribute to pollution.
I understand
you're killing people.
That, but I can't avoid that.
Yeah, you can. It's bikes.
How do I get rid of my car? How do I walk 40 miles to work? Every day?
It's bikes.
You want me to walk 40 miles to work every day?
You have a bike, electric scooter.
Wait, sir,
it doesn't matter.
You want me to walk 80 miles every day? You think that's practical?
Or you can find a job closer.
But I can't. I need to make that much money. There's no other job in my area that makes that much money. So what do you want me to do? You want me to just get rid of my car?
You can get a horse and buggy.
You want to go back to caveman days?
If people live like
You
that,
want to go
actually,
back? You want to
it's
give it?
still Amish around.
You want to go back to the Flintstones?
You're
Sir,
contributing to pollution by driving.
sir, you want to go back to the Flintstones? You want to become Flintstones again? No, it's ridiculous. You're making excuses because you know what you're doing is wrong and you can easily stop it. Veganism is not about being a perfect person. Veganism is about doing what you can to minimize cruelty. It's about being practicable, meaning doing what you can, doing the best you can. That's all veganism means. It doesn't mean we're Ace Ventura. It doesn't mean we're perfect. It doesn't mean we're goody two shoes. It means we do the best what we have with what we have. You're not doing that, right? What you're doing is you're causing unnecessary harm and suffering, and you know it. So that has to be justified. I need a car to get to work. I have to eat something. Okay, I have to eat something to survive. But you don't have to kill a pig to survive, right? That's the difference here. So what justifies slaughtering animals? I'm gonna give you one more shot.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and you can hang up or whatever. You lost the argument because you're contributing to pollution. You're contributing to a lot. You can get a horse and buggy. You can get a scooter. You can get a damn Tesla.
I'm gonna go.
You don't need a gas car.
So you think you got me because
No
I have to? You
clothes
want
on
me to
your
get a
back.
horse and buggy, sir? This is so dishonest. You want me to get a horse and buggy, and that's your argument against veganism because I don't have a horse and buggy? This is embarrassing. Again, I just explained to you, veganism is not about pollution. Veganism is about animals, not about pollution. It's about doing what you can to minimize animal harm. So address veganism because you're not right now. Address it. I'm going to give you one more chance to address this. If not, go away. You're being very dishonest. Please unmute yourself, sir.
So, can you please clothes are made out of? Like what type of material your clothes are made out of?
Polyester, not animals.
Do you got nothing that's cotton or silk or anything?
Nope, I don't use animal products. Cotton is, by the way, vegan.
So the phone you're using right now, is that made in China?
Probably.
Okay, you know like how they treat those people, right?
Oh my God. No,
That's
Apple
human
does
abuse,
not.
right? That's human
Apple
abuse
does,
right there.
sir.
Is that okay?
Apple,
Would you work for that?
sir.
Would you
Listen,
work like that?
listen. I understand. I live in modern society, and all products we use involve some kind of cruelty, sir. I understand that driving my car is going to cause some pollution. I understand that using a phone is going to cause some harm, but I can't practically stop that. I can't avoid these things. You are arguing for perfection. That's impossible. It is impossible to be perfect. Nobody can be perfect, but what is possible is to do the best you can with what you have. That is what's possible, and that's what you're not doing, and you're trying to make an excuse to not do. Because you know what you're doing is wrong. You know that harming animals is incorrect. You know it. You're just making an excuse to not be vegan. So either give a good argument or go away, because this is not an argument against veganism. This is not about pollution. It's not about phones. It's about animals. So stay on topic. This is your last chance.
Okay. But your whole point of going vegan is because we abuse animals. We slaughter animals. That's your whole argument. Is because we slaughter animals.
Right.
That's what you're arguing. But that iPhone you're using, those people do not get treated fairly, as you say.
All right. Yeah. You're not. He's not engaging with the conversation. I understand. I just explained this. If he didn't absorb anything I told them, I understand that there are going to be some products I have that are going to cause some cruelty and harm, but I can't avoid that. Every phone I use will be causing harm, and I need a phone for my job. There are some things I can't control. But of course, all of you guys in the comments are saying, he got you, because you just want to continue harming animals. You don't actually care about doing what you can. And that's what veganism means. It's about doing what you can with what you have. It's not about being perfect. Nobody can be perfect, and I would never expect that from you. But I do expect that you be honest in these conversations and question what you're really doing and how you can potentially do better. That is why we have these discussions. So stop being dishonest, guys, and listen to what I'm telling you. It's true. Veganism is not about phones, it's not about technology, it's about animals. And that's it.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
Hi. I just like to ask a question about vegan. Okay. Okay. I'm just if we, for example, let's say if we all become vegan, every single human being on the planet become a vegan, right? Let's say that. Okay. What about animal will be overpopulated? We have a lot of cows, a lot of sheep, a lot of birds, a lot, and we all eating,
No, not at all.
planet.
No, not at all. So you're incorrect. Everything you're saying is incorrect.
Okay, then.
You're causing overpopulation by breeding animals into existence in factories. You're the ones causing overpopulation, right? Vegans want to minimize. Vegans want to stop the overpopulation that you're causing, right? You're causing so many animals, 90 billion animals. You're causing 90 billion animals to be bred into existence. That's your fault, not mine. Do you guys not see the problem here? Do you guys see that? Look, Layla. 90 billion animals every year are being bred into existence in factories because of you. Because of you. That is something we want to stop. The solution to the problem you're raising is to go vegan. You're arguing for veganism because vegans want to minimize the amount of animals that are bred into existence. That's it. The solution is veganism. You're arguing for me. You don't even realize it, right? Because you think that we're getting these animals from the wild. We're not. So stop pretending they're going to be overpopulated. But more importantly, if everybody went vegan tomorrow, which is never going to happen, but if it did, hypothetically, we can convert those factories, the factory farms, into sanctuaries and have those animals being perfectly sound there. But what you're raising today is an appeal to futility. It doesn't make any sense. All right, let's get the next victim in here. She doesn't know how to unmute herself. I know you guys want so badly for, veganism to go away, but it's not.
That's crazy. People go so hard against veganism for no reason.
Yeah. So do you have an argument?
Nah, I'm ready to argue against it. I'm on your side, bro.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for using the vote.
Yo, what? Your bio says you're a God-fearing American, and you're saying God is imaginary. Why is that?
It's a joke. It's satire.
The bio or this?
The bio.
You're a fucking loser, bro.
Hey, what do you got? You guys want to tear me down so badly, right? But what I'm saying is correct. You don't have an argument against it. Every argument you try to pull at me doesn't work, collapses. I know there's so much resistance against me. I know you guys don't like me and you think I'm the bad guy because I'm the vegan, but just open up your ears and listen, because what I'm saying is true. You don't have to believe me. Go look it up. Go research. Go learn about what you're doing to the animals. It's really happening.
Meat tastes so good. In fact, I would eat it every day.
Okay,
Every day of my life.
How old are you?
Yo, meat tastes so good.
Okay.
Like, I would eat every...
Look, we understand that meat tastes good to you, but that doesn't mean we get to slaughter others for them. Hey, what do you got?
Ain't no way you're saying that God is imaginary. Ain't no way.
Okay, what's your argument for God?
What?
How old are you?
I'm 19.
Great. So what's your evidence that God exists?
It just exists. It's just fucking.
Hey, what do you got?
Hey, so I just had a question. Is the vegan lifestyle affordable for everyone?
Yeah, for sure. You can be vegan and be very affordable. It can be very affordable. Beans, pastas, rices, some of the cheapest foods on the planet.
I just feel like all the healthier lifestyles and more vegan are way too expensive for the average person.
It's not a diet. Veganism is not a diet. It's an ethical stance. But you can be vegan, and I'm not rich by any means. I'm not rich at all, but I'm still vegan. It's very easy.
So you think that being vegan would give you enough proteins?
Yep, tofu, beans, rices, pastas all have plenty of protein.
Okay, that was my question. Thanks.
This is not really a Q&A, but hello? Eat what you want? Okay, can I eat people? Oh no, Mike, don't eat people. See? You can't just say eat what you want, because when there's a victim involved, well, now there's ethics, right? Eating people is wrong, just like eating animals is wrong. There's no difference. And that's what I'm trying to explain to you guys. There's no difference.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got?
So first I want to ask, why should I go vegan? Why do you think I should go vegan? Or others should go vegan?
If you don't want to harm animals, then go vegan.
But what if I told you I didn't care?
Well, that's not, then you don't have ethics. Then you're telling me you have no ethics.
How would that be the case?
Like if I told you don't murder, and then you said I don't care, would that be okay to you?
No, but I wouldn't compare
Exactly.
that to murder.
Exactly. The point is that we care about each other's ethics. We live in a world together, right? So maybe you don't care about killing, but I do. So what justifies your actions?
Because I wouldn't compare murdering another human being to murdering an animal.
Well, murder is a legal term, but why would you not compare it morally when us and animals are both conscious, sentient, and experiencing life? What's the morally relevant difference between us?
Because I wouldn't put animals on the same pedestal as humans.
I agree, but I'm asking you about ethics, right? Morally speaking, how are we different when we're both sentient, conscious, and aware? The things that morally matter.
I think that we are much more smarter and advanced, and we serve a larger purpose.
Okay. So you're saying that the reason why we get to kill dogs and animals is because we're smarter. Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
Okay. How about a mentally challenged person who is as intelligent as a dog? Would that be okay to kill that person?
No.
Great. So you agree that it's not intelligence that matters. It's what is it then? What's the difference then? If it's not intelligence, what is it?
Hold on. I think food chain, where we are the dominators.
Does that mean we get to kill other people because we're dominators? We get to dominate other people and kill them?
Yeah. And animals kill
So
other
you,
animals.
so you think because I'm the top of the food chain, I get to kill people and eat them?
Isn't that what lions do and other animals?
Wait, do you think I get to kill people and eat their body parts because I'm on top of the food chain?
No.
Okay, good. So if I can't eat people, even though I'm the top of the food chain, why do I get to kill dogs or chickens or pigs? What's the difference?
Because they're below us
In what way?
in the food chain.
How? How are they lower in the food chain?
Think about it.
What's higher in the food chain, me or a baby?
You, of course.
Great. Do I get to eat babies because they're lower on the
Actually,
food
wait.
chain?
I
Do I,
I
do I
I'd
get
actually
do I get to eat a baby because they're lower on the food chain?
I'm going to backtrack. Okay. I think they're equal.
What is equal?
You and a baby.
Me and a baby are equal on the food chain.
Yes.
How? When we eat different food, we have different capabilities. We can hunt. We
Because
can
they
eat
are
something,
going to grow.
but they depend on us, right?
And in the future they're not going to. And they're
Okay.
going to be our successors.
So why does it mean that because we're at the top of the food chain, we get to kill others, other sentient beings? Why? What about that?
Isn't that what other animals do?
Yeah, but other animals eat each other, but we don't have to, right? We don't have to kill the other animals. Just because we're at the top of the food chain doesn't mean we have to kill animals. We don't have to do it. We can still be part of it. We can still be the top of the food chain and still eat plants.
There are omnivore animals.
Look, you didn't listen to what I just told you. We can be top of the food chain and still eat plants, right? So why do you get to slaughter animals?
Exactly, and I'm giving you an example.
What? You're not making sense. Even though we're at the top of the food chain, we still don't have to eat animals. We can still eat plants. Why do you get to kill animals for it?
What if it's my preference?
Well, I'm sorry, but your preference entails abuse and suffering.
How? Could you explain?
Stuffing an animal in a gas chamber, that's suffering. That you're
I'm
killing.
not doing it.
You're paying for it. You're causing it.
I have no control.
Yes, you do. You can stop eating animals by eating plant-based foods.
Okay. All right. Can we move on to the God is imaginary thing? Because that's what I mainly want to speak about, really. I just really wanted to ask about go vegan, really.
Yeah. You thought you would get an easy W, but you didn't. Go ahead.
Listen, man, I'm just, I was just asking a question, man. I still disagree, but let's just move on, okay? All right, so look. Well, first, what are you atheist? What are you exactly?
Come on, sir. I don't believe in God. What's your argument for God?
All right, my argument for God. Wait, hold on.
You got 10 seconds, sir, before I kick you.
I'm sorry. So, if God was imaginary, I wouldn't have your big balls swinging in my face like fucking pendulums, Mike.
No, okay, he was a child. Next. Hey, what do you got?
It's fucking too funny. It's fucking too funny.
Hey, what do you got? Somebody said we need meat to thrive. We don't need meat to thrive. That's nonsense. We can thrive as vegans. We don't need it. There's nothing in meat that you need to eat to survive or thrive or anything like that. Meat is cancerous. Meat is causing heart disease. Meat and dairy is some of the worst things you can eat. Hey, what do you got?
You look washed.
Hello.
Hey, what do you got for us today?
What's going on? Yes. So this got brought up earlier with that weirdo. I think he was just trolling you or whatever, but he was saying animals kill each other out in the wild. So my thing is, like, I know, we're not supposed to kill other humans or anything like that. That's morally wrong. But what is the difference between a person eating meat, like animal meat, and then an animal going out and hunting? Like, I understand the intellectual, like the difference in our
Look, we don't have to harm animals for food. We don't have to kill animals. So why do you do it?
I'm not sure. I guess we just are raised in a society from previous generations that said it's okay. But what about all the pesticides in the produce that you're eating and substitute for the meat that's killing animals when they spray it over everything and it's killing all the rabbits or whatever that's around the crops and stuff like that? What about that stuff that's killing animals? And then you're eating that produce. So what's the difference?
Well, the difference is that pesticides don't matter because we have to eat something to survive. But more importantly, meat eaters kill way more crops and use way more pesticides than any vegan does. You're raising more crops than anybody on the planet for your animals. Vegans are minimizing pesticides. We're minimizing harm to land. So you're arguing for veganism.
But if it's the same ends to the means, like if they're both killing animals, I mean, the difference is like, what is it like? It can be 1 to 10.
You're intentionally harming animals by eating them. You don't have to harm them. You don't have to kill
all the
them.
chemicals that are spraying over all the produce and crops and stuff like that.
We have to use pesticides to eat something. We're not gonna starve to death. We have to eat something. We need to use pesticides to grow so much food for people.
So the percentages are different, but they're still both doing the same thing. So
no, they're not. They're not doing the same thing. You are harming 90 billion animals intentionally. You're raising them in factories like slaves. That's not the same thing as eating a plant. It's a vastly different thing.
But the chemicals.
Sir, hold on. Stop with the chemicals. I understand we use chemicals. But the point is that we have to. There's a reason for that. If we don't use the chemicals, we'd starve to death.
Why don't you grow your own? Do you grow your own produce?
Look, there's a reason why we use pesticides for crops. When it comes to what you're doing, you're intentionally killing a cow and a pig and a chicken when you didn't have to. You have no reason to harm the cow.
So what do you grow your own stuff or?
And you're killing way more crops and using way more pesticides than any vegan is.
In my eyes, killing something between like you killing one animal to me eating or buying like I guess a package of meat that somebody else killed. I mean, do you grow your own crops?
What? Sir, you seem very confused. The point here is you as a meat eater are intentionally harming animals in the world. You're doing that intentionally. You're intentionally causing harm to them, and you're killing more crops, and you're killing more animals. As a vegan, we want to avoid as much as possible harming animals, right? The mentality is different, and the results are different. Because we're harming way less animals, and you're harming way more animals. I don't know why you guys don't understand this, right? Like, yes, we know we use pesticides. We have to survive. We have to grow crops to survive. I understand that. We have no other choice. We don't have another choice. The best option is to grow plants for us to live, not to kill animals in factories by the billions. That's the wrong thing to do. The best thing to do is go vegan.